Hey guys, I want to caution you to think about osteoporosis in a little different way. First of all, the disease has been redefined over the years. What used to be defined as brittle or fine bones has actually been redefined as lowering of bone mineral density. Now that used to be one symptom of many symptoms that was used to define osteoporosis, but now it's the sole reason that we get that diagnosis. So what does that mean for you? That means if you go and you get a DEXA scan, you should question whether or not, and not necessarily question the doctor because they're just doing what they think they should do, but question whether or not you really have an issue. The DEXA scan actually gives you a diagnosis based on comparing some numbers with youthful bodies, 20, 25-year-olds, but we actually will lose bone mineral density naturally as we age. It's part of the aging process. It doesn't mean that there's a disease in our bodies. It just means that we're aging. So if this is actually your first DEXA scan, then you want to be cautionary to think that you have a decline in bone density because you could naturally just be aging and losing some of that naturally. Now, I'm not saying not to be concerned about it. I'm just saying don't go crazy, especially putting yourself on medications to add calcium to the body or to change things in the body because those medications will cause other effects. So what do? One, we said question the diagnosis. Two, we don't want to add medications if we haven't fixed other things. And there are some lifestyle habits and dietary things that can be done. You see, calcium actually gets drained from the body to balance out a body that's out of whack. So the calcium that is stored in the bones will be drained when we have poor dietary habits, we're stressed out, we don't have our exercise where we need it to be. So a lot of those lifestyle habits will drain calcium out of the body, drain it out of the bones, which is why we appear to have less minerals in our bones. So what do? Well, we stop doing some of those lifestyle habits that cause that draining, and then we make sure that we are well supplied in our calcium from plants. And we can get calcium from spinach, turnip greens, collard greens, kale. There are a lot of great greens that will provide you calcium. Then you need to, one, if you smoke, you're draining calcium. Smoking will cause that to drain from your bones. If you're stressed out all the time, our bodies will get out of whack. And believe it or not, that calcium will come and leach out of the bones, so to speak, to get that body back in balance. So you have to figure out ways to reduce that stress as well. And when your body's very acidic from junk foods and treats and things like that, you're going to cause that same thing to happen. So it's not a calcium deficiency as much as it is a calcium drain. So one, question your diagnosis because you want to make sure that if you are being compared to you and there's a reduction or a progression on the reduction in the bone density, then there might be an issue. But if you're being compared to numbers from 20-year-olds, not necessarily an issue. And two, be very, very careful not to go on medications that are going to cause more issues in your body. And three, look at your lifestyle and your diet. If you have a concern about your bones, then make sure that they're up to par. And I'm not saying give up everything. Caffeine will drain from the bones, but I still have my cup of coffee every day. But I'm making sure that 90% of my habits are where they need to be. And that's going to make for healthy, stronger bones. Hope this has been helpful. And if you want to talk more about what steps you need to take to have a better, healthier body, then reach out to me at maria@simplymoreplants.com.